How's it going, guys? Joe Ross here with Cerulean Games, coming to you with a little mail call video. I got a couple packages today and I wanted to share the contents with you. The first package comes from my buddy Jay Williams. He's active out in the Albuquerque, New Mexico area. I met Jay about a year ago through Facebook. Very knowledgeable about the hobby. I love having conversations with him about games. And he's a very prolific collector. He's going for a complete licensed NES set at the moment. And we made a deal because I had a Toxic Crusaders, which he needed. And he also wanted a copy of Castlevania Symphony of the Night Black Label that I just recently got in. And I sent him both those, and in return, I got Wayne's World for the NES. It's a pretty clean copy of this game, really. It's got a little nick right there in the label. Nothing serious, though. Very hard to come by. I've only seen this a couple times at conventions, and that's over the past 5 years. So I'm excited to get this, really. It's a platformer. I think what adds to the value of this is that in this version, and also the Game Boy version, I believe, you get to play as both Wayne and Garth. In the Super NES version, you only get to play as Wayne. So that probably adds a little bit to the value on this. So, again, excited to get this, and I am very thrilled to finally get a deal done with Jay. So, shout out to you, man. Thank you. Right. Next up, I didn't get this in the mail. I picked this up at a local store over the weekend, but I thought I'd throw it in anyway. It is BC Racers for Sega CD. I picked this up at Warp Zone Video Games and Beyond. It's a store in Hilliard, Ohio, that's on the west side of Columbus. It's owned by my buddy Darren Griffin. He's a great guy. Very good friend of me in this hobby. I love talking to him whenever we see each other. And his store is amazing. It's a landmark in the gaming community here in Columbus. His forte is imports, though, but he usually has a pretty decent North American selection as well. So if you're ever in the area, you got to check out Warp Zone, and I'll post a link at the bottom for them. So shout out to you, Darren. Thank you. And next up, I got the big box. This is from my buddy Johnny Lake. I've been doing a lot of dealing with him and his brother Chris lately. They are active up in New York. And Johnny is going for complete sets of Saturn and Sega CD at the moment. And I had Panzer Dragoon Saga, Shining Force 3, and Primal Rage for the Saturn. He needed all three. I sent him that. And he sent me this box of goodies. Mostly NES, which I needed. And let's take a look. First off is Journey to Silius. Not the best label, as you can see. I knew that going in, though. Still, this is a great game to play. It's a really good platformer. This one's probably going to sell for about $15. Usually goes for $20, though. It's a good bang for your buck game, and it is a great substitute for Mega Man. So, for $15... it's a no-brainer. Very popular game. Always sell it when I get it. Infamous Battletoads. Got to get one of those. Ooh. He packaged this very well, so I'm happy about that. Uninvited. Very clean label on this one. Happy about that. Yellow copy of Metroid. I get asked all the time if I have a copy of this, and I'm happy to finally get one in. I haven't had one for a while. I've had tons of the gray labels as well as 5 screws, but it's been a very long time since I've had a yellow version, so I'm happy to get that one. We got one of my favorite games, which is North and South. Good mixture of platform and strategy on this game. It's very popular, sells every time I get it. This copy, I mean, it's not bad. It has a little label wear there, but with a little TLC, I'll get this up and running for us, and this will make someone very happy to have. Ooh, it's clean. Copy of Dragon Warrior 3. Very nice label on this. Tremendous series. This one as well is gradually rising in price. Very clean copy. Happy to get this. Next up, we have Return of the Joker. I love the artwork on this game. I figured this would jump up in price. Back in spring, I predicted that it was going for about 20. I thought it might get up to about 40 or 50 by this time, about a year later. It has not. It seems to be around 30 at the moment, I believe. So though, this is very popular, and the artwork is amazing. This is the kind of game, if either you have it loose or if you have it complete in box, it's one of those ones you have to turn facing outwards. You can't just have it in a row on your shelf. I mean, the artwork is just too good. It's too eye-catching. So, very popular. Happy to have this. Got Shatterhand. It's like the raddest artwork ever. What do we have here? Shadow of the Ninja by Natsumi. Good little uncommon game. I love having titles like this. Any uncommon NES or Super NES games that are worth like 30 to 70, I love having, because those are the games that guys really need. So I'm happy to get this. Wampum. Haven't had a copy of this for a while. Last one I had was complete in box, but I'm excited to get this one. And I know Alpha Omegason just bought one, I believe, at Pittsburgh Retro Gaming Show. So I don't know if he'll talk about that or not, but this is definitely a game to get. It's really not that bad. We got Zen Intergalactic Ninja. Again, one of those moderately priced uncommon games. I've never owned this. I'm happy to finally get one. This is a clean copy of this game. It's got a really nice label on it, so this will definitely make a collector happy. And we got the Creon Conquest. Not the best of shape. Has a little bubbling there, it looks like. Yeah, a little bubbling there in the cartridge. Nothing serious though. Little keel up on the label. Still pretty uncommon. I got a guy up in Canada looking for this, so that's going to go in the whole bin for now. Let's see. Got a couple Super Nintendo. Ooh. One of my favorite games. I always top this one up whenever I get it in, and it is Pocky and Rocky. Again, this is one of the best games on the Super Nintendo. Definitely worth the price of admission here. And it's a decent copy. It has a little bit of wear there down on the bottom. Nothing too serious though. I'm thinking this will make someone happy for about $90. And lastly, it is Dracula X. I just picked up a copy of this from Chris not too long ago, so now I got another copy from the other brother. This one seems to be in a little bit better shape. The one I got from Chris had a huge label on it that had already been slightly peeled up and it torn the label, so it could not be saved, unfortunately. This one is a little bit nicer, it looks like. So, happy to get this. Again, hard to come by game. I don't see it that often at conventions, and it's one of the best games in the series. So they really knocked it out of the park with this game. So, happy to get another copy. All right. Well, that wraps up what I got. As always, like, comment, and subscribe. Check us out on Facebook at Cerulean Games. Most of these will be available at our next convention, which is the Barrie Game Exchange. That is up in Barrie, Ontario. About a 45-minute to an hour drive north of Toronto. It shows in its second year. I'm pretty excited for it. They invited me last year. I did not attend because it was out of country in a first-year show. But after seeing the feedback and the just the overall support and attendance of the show last year, I want to get up there. I want to give it a try. And Chris and Darby and the other guys putting it on seem to be doing a really good job promoting it. So I'm excited for that show. And I think it will be a good way to get the year started off. So because it'll be the first convention of the year. So as always, thanks for watching and have a nice day.